shining. I love it when it starts this day before I fall off this bridge. Let's go. Boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. Your host with the mostest, Mark Saint. Built my life and I built this brand and I built this show from absolutely nothing. And every morning I go live to show people how much a life is a blessing and how we should concentrate on the positive, switch it from the negative, become a healthy individual, become a productive individual. And I go around the world to wherever I'm at to try to share my knowledge and share my brand and share my shine. And that's what we're going to do this morning. We're going to talk about you making your love list and how important it is to have a love list. And don't hesitate on this. Your boy Marky Saints wants you to do your homework, and then let's do that work so we can have that prize. And let's get into it, shall we? Morning motivation, Saints addiction. Like, share, subscribe. Here's what happens, right? We have an esoteric, almost undefined definition of love in our lives. We'll have some kind of maybe somewhere between the Disney version and the actual version dancing around in our minds. We'll have certain non-negotiables in our heads. We'll be like, oh yeah, man, if he's not 6 foot and not making six figures with at least a 6 inch dick and six pack abs, he's out of the race. And then we'll meet somebody that's all straight up in my face and straight up in your face, and you're going to be like, is this the person meant for me? This is what happens when you check your love list. If you want to really get into it, it's not the person that's in front of you that's distracting you, and you're just like, okay, these are all these qualities. I don't like a guy that's an asshole. I don't like a guy that's mean to me. I don't like a guy that beats me. Of course you don't like these things, right? These are things that people don't like, you know. I don't want somebody that's going to cheat on me. I don't want somebody that's going to take my money and run. I don't want somebody that's going to quit on me. I'm on what I don't want. This is the hard part. Is getting what you actually want. Love Actually, I did that yesterday, and actually talking about what you want on your list to happen, what you're trying to manifest, and which is coming from you into the real world. So the tough part is when you are human being and you're trying to make things work in your life, the things that you have to do the most, and I hope you get this out of this show, is you have to dream in detail. If you don't have a detailed list, if you didn't put in the work and do your homework, you for sure are showing up late to class. You're for sure showing up unattentive, and you don't know what the fuck is going on because you're not paying attention. Shout out to James Atencio. Pay attention. That's his label. So anyway, when you're paying attention, you're paying yourself. You're paying yourself dividends. If you take the time to do the homework, eventually not only will you show that you're disciplined enough to do homework and that you can actually follow through with something, it's also one of those things that you are physically making yourself do the learning. Now, the esoteric world is the stuff that we do in our heads. We're like, oh, he's nice and it's dreamy and my head's in the clouds, but my feet aren't on the ground. And what happens when you actually write things is it comes from this top part of your brain, these floaty things, this little cloud that's above our heads, right? And then it comes into a real world scenario. And that's why I wanted people to have is a real list of things that they need. If you were to go grocery shopping, you wouldn't have a problem writing a list that you need because you don't want to get things that are off of this list. You'll go down and start getting artichokes and shrimps, and none of that is milk and cereal. So same with love. All these things that we want usually have an esoteric realm in our head. It's like, ooh, she got some big old titties, I want to fuck. Lo and behold, neither of us asked if she had any children, if she has any trauma, if she, what are her goals in life. You know what I mean? Most of that stuff gets skipped right out the window. We stick our dick in it, and then we wonder why we don't know where we put our box. Why'd you put this my dick in a box? Is my dick in a box, girl? You know what I'm saying? But if you're putting your dick in a box, I'm pretty sure you want to know what's in that box, right? So it's just one of those things. It's kind of like the trap. It's the monkey trap. You know, once you think it's shiny, then you grab on it, and then you make a fist, and you can't get out of it. A little bit like pussy. And that's why it's so important that you know what you want. I mean, if you know that you just want something for the now, right now, you know, Mr. Right or Mr. Right now, these are going to be whatever you choose. But if it's Mr. Right, how do you know he's right? Right? If it's Mrs. Right, how do you know she's right for you? And if you didn't write down the fucking list, how do you know you're going to go grocery shopping? You know what I mean? You're going to be all over the aisles, bro. You're going to be fucking 20 aisles deep in a Walmart, not having a fucking clue what section you're in, and your parents are looking for you, right? Like, this is the kind of things that end up happening. So if you are in any kind of form, shape, or form trying to be in love and trying to really find love, you will have a love list. Make your love list. And let's bless up to this. I have like eyelashes that I do. I had the tiger balm, and now my eyes all cold. But yeah, I'd read you mine, but it's mine. It's my personal one. But what I concentrated on the most is not what I don't want. I mean, it's all easy. I don't like that. I don't like that. What do you want to eat? I don't know. You know, you're like, bro, fucking pick something. You know what I mean? And that's this moment. Fucking bro, pick what the fuck you want to eat. Pick what the fuck you want to love. Pick what you want to fucking do in your life, bro. Fucking do, man. Fucking do. You know, you got to really get into it and really get down to the nitty gritty and do the homework, man. And that's your homework. It's the work you do at home when no one else is around with a sheet of paper and a pen, disciplined, and sitting there and go, okay, what were those old relationships like? What didn't what did I like about that one person? There's probably somebody already floating at the top of your head for sure. If you're doing a love list, you're probably in love or thinking about love or wanting love, right? So somewhere in your life, someone loved you, right? And you had an example of love, or maybe from your parents, and you go, I don't want it to look like this. I want it to look like this. Now, a lot of people are negatively wired and talk about turning negatives into positives in the beginning. We negatively wire ourselves and say, that's what I don't like. I don't like that color. Oh my God, this sucks. Da-da-da-da-da. Nobody even likes those kind of people, right? Here's the big list. What do you want to manifest? Hold on. What do you want to manifest out of this? Huge question, because then you're in the situation of creating instead of destroying. It's not what I don't want. Finally, is the joint hitting or what? Something wrong with my morning joint, y'all. I'm about to beat somebody up. Come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. Work for me, not against me. Damn it. And that's what we need to do. We need to work for ourselves, work in our own favor, do ourselves the favor, and have a list. Have your grocery list, have your dream list, have your wish list, have your love list, and have your goal list out. You know, you need to think 5 things: goals I want in my fucking life, goals I want in my fucking relationship, my health, my mental, my physical, my financial. Dude, this joint's sucking. Come on, bitch, start sucking. Body motivation, bitch, get in it. Fucking up my shit. There we go. What the fuck, bro, got to do? So I do what I gotta dibbity do. And that includes doing my motherfucking homework. So if I really wanted love, if I really wanted to love someone, and I do, and I'm in love, I had to look at the list and say, okay, what are my non negotiables? What are the things I can't compromise on? Can't have no quitters, can't have no liars, and I can only have someone that truly has my well being in mind. This is truth. This is my facts. Your list is going to be different. Maybe you don't give a shit. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is. Just trying to smoke. So let's get into it. The laundry list of what we don't want is so large. Everybody that's ever tried to go eating with someone, I don't want to eat that. I say if you knock it, you got to replace it. And here's the knock list. I had what I didn't want, what I wanted on this side, and what I didn't want on this side, and even Steven all the way across. If I had all these, I don't want her to do this, I don't want her to do that. I don't want her a bitch. I don't want her to be a complainer. I don't want these kind of things, right? Um, I also had to ask what I wanted. Someone that was caring, someone that was loving, someone that wanted to have children. This is just me. I don't know what else to say. This is just me. This is just how it is. But um, trying to convince someone of what your list is even tougher, and that's why you have to have a list before you go to the grocery store, before you get in love, before it even happens. You have to have some sort of direction, a compass, to go, okay, what am I getting out of this, and what am I seeking? You would not dare get into a boat without knowing what direction and destination it was going. Nobody would. You wouldn't hop on a fucking train if you didn't know what the train station was, what the next train station it was going. So In our minds, we think we have all these answers, like, I know what I want. And it's like, if you know what you want, you could write it on a list right now. Just put it on paper and show me. Don't tell me. Show me. Show over tell. Mostly saints. Anyway, you got to show people that you're willing to do the effort. It's easy to bark it and just go, oh, I'm esoteric. I know exactly what I want. I'm looking for a star sign. You're like, bro, no. We're talking about characteristics. We're talking about traits. We're talking about values. We're talking about morals. We're talking about a whole litany of things that isn't just about sex. It's not just about, oh, well, I want to stick in as many pussies as possible like a public toilet bowl. You're like, no, bro. I'm asking you, what toilet bowl are you choosing? Where are you pissing? You go into the pisser. You're like, you choose a pisser. You go into the pisser. Now it's your chance. You're going into love. What are you going to choose, love? And I probably shouldn't talk about piss and love in the same speech, but goddamn, dude, shit or get off the pot. And a lot of people are just talking shit. A lot of people are just floating around. Poor girls are just sitting at the bar. Guy comes up, is he cute enough? Next. And you got to wait for suitor after suitor after suitor, instead of maybe going into your circle of friends influences or dating one of your friends groups or someone that you went on a hike with or someone that has the same hobbies. You're over here hanging out at the bar wondering why Johnny come lately is always up in your face, and you're just like, maybe because you haven't written a list. Maybe you don't have a defined outcome of what you want out of your life. And this is what I tell people: you got to dream in detail, and they do. Some do, some don't. Some are in this Disney fantasy world where the dude's just gonna roll up on a white knight, white horse, white knight, and come save the day. I don't want a white knight. What if you want your wife not in a white dress? Maybe you want her in red heels. Maybe you want a red lipstick. You know what I mean? Maybe tight little red mini skirt. You have to dream in detail, and that's why it's so important. You can't define the person. You can't create the person. You can't swipe your way to this. This isn't that kind of list. They don't create people like that. This isn't something that you buy on Amazon and it comes in a box in an hour. No, this is something where you're asking about their character. You're going like, if this is the person that's meant to be with me, they're going to treat me as such, and not the way that I want to be treated, but their character, the way they want to treat me. You know what I mean? In essence, you can't force people to treat you or love you or be any certain type of way that you wish. You know that you're in the real world. You know, you got coworkers; they don't always get along. You got friends; they don't always get along. In life, there are conflicts of interest, conflicts in communication, conflicts in destination. By going over these things and navigating like a true sailor should, you would be very apt to pay attention to your navigation, your longitude, your latitude, your compass. These things are important because your life depends on it, and you're in this ocean. Your love depends on it. You're in this ocean of love, and you're going to do a lot of fishing, and you're going to catch a lot of fish. But what kind of fish are you fishing for? Are you fishing marlin? Are you fishing tuna? Are you fishing sardines? I don't fucking know. You need to know, and that's the whole point of the love list: is you need to know what you are seeking, so it can seek you. A lot of people are just like, please find me, or I'm not looking, or what's your star chart? All these things are not the same as what's in their heart, what is in their heart from the start, and what they have intentions for you. And that's the best thing of life, is to be able to put your intentions into the world, speak it into the universe, and say, hey universe, boom, punching my dent in the universe, this is what I want out of my life, not what's going to happen to me in my life, and I'm just a log in the ocean just floating along with the current. Choose your current, choose your energy, be the type of person that say, I want to plug into this is what I'm seeking, and if it's seeking me, then that will be bliss. That's the ultimate bliss, is to say, okay, I want this and this and this, and then I would have bliss. I would be happy if someone loved me because of my values and my character, and my content of character, who I actually am, versus who you think that I am, or who you wish me to be, or who you're trying to make me to be. I don't want anybody to be on the list. In the club, there's a list. Oh, you're VIP? That means you're on a short list. And on this short list, only certain people are getting in: celebs, people with some clout, people with some money. I don't want those people in my club. I'm looking for people that got character, that believe in charity, that believe in giving and helping. I want somebody that's nice to people, says hi to people, strangers on the street, and makes and introduces themselves or introduces me when they come up to a group that you don't know. Have you ever been there when people are like, who's the dude in your pocket right now? Who's the girl in your pocket right now? You come up and you don't introduce them at all. It's like that human being doesn't even exist. I like people to show that I exist more, and that I'm a part of their life, and I'm not just some accessory like a purse sitting in their fucking pocket. No, I'm a human being. Go ahead and introduce me to your friends. Oh, this is Mark. Yeah. Hey, everybody, meet Mark. Hey, I exist. Boom, I'm on the map. And that's what you're doing. You're putting yourself on the map. You're putting yourself on the list. You're on the VIP list. You're like, yo, I belong in this club. And why do you belong in this club? Because XYZ. Most people name drop. I know Jay-Z. No, it's not like this. I don't need to name drop anything. I need to character drop. I need the adjectives. I want the action verbs that are fucking actually exercising, running, jogging. What are the motions that are happening? Not just the stillness of it. What can they do? That's the thing you're asking in life. What do these people actually do? Do they actually do charity? Do they actually care for other people? Or they just, do they care about pets more? Than they care about, do they care more about star charts and air signs versus how you treat me and how you come across? This is what's really happening. This is what the ins and outs, the nitty gritties, the nuances that happen, especially when you're dating. You know, it's like, oh, everything was so cool. He was handsome. He was charismatic, but then he was rude to the staff. Big red flag. You know, a lot of people know their red flags. They're like, that upsets me. That's not what I want to eat, you know? And you're like, cool. What do you want to eat? What doesn't upset you? What would you like instead, you know? And then you go, okay, well, now I'm talking about someone that's nice to strangers, nice to the staff, that's actually polite and not a headache, and not someone that causes you trouble or brings you problems or complaints. And then you're like, oh, okay, I want a non-complainer. That being said, I want a charity person. That was the even out. That was the what I want and what I don't want. I want somebody that's generous, and this is what I'm getting. And it's just like, I love my life. I love my girl. I love how generous she is. I love that she bought dinner last night. I love how beautiful she is inside and out. I love the love that we have, and then that means some open communications and telling stuff without people getting all sideways. Oh shit! Speaking of which, here's the girl right here. Hey, babes. Hey,
Hello.
yes.
Hey, do you want to come and eat?
Yeah. Where are
I'm
you?
uh, I'm at the I'm at the where you left me
Oh,
when you just left me when I was eating.
I'm a bad boy
Yeah,
sometimes.
I'm here at least. I'm so hungry. I have to just break the fast now.
Do you want me to eat with you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
Because I miss you.
I
Mm,
miss you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Come
Okay.
on,
You know.
come.
Come, come.
Yeah,
I love you.
come.
I'm coming.
Meow,
Meow.
meow.
Meow. Meow.
Okay,
Bye.
meow, meow.
Included, bro. As soon as they land, I'm included, and that's the whole point. Is that I'm making my own reality. You can see, I want somebody to include me. Radically inclusive is a Burning Man tenant. To got to be radically included, some people are exclusive. Some people want to be exclusionary. Some people are solitary. It's like, do I want an introvert? Do I want an extrovert? Do I want a person that loves hiking and outdoors activities, or loves video games and Netflix and chill? These are maybe might be the same person. This is the weird part. It's like people are so dynamic. They have so much different characteristics and character that you are trying to make a list. I see women do it all the time. It's such human behavior to go, of course I want him to be taller. Of course I want him to have more money. Who wants to choose poorer? It's like rich over poor at most of these things. No one's going to go poor over rich. No one's going to say, I want to be poor. No, you're going to always want to do this, got the money and resources. Who the fuck's going to choose a smaller boat? You know what I mean? Who's going to choose a smaller dick? Nobody's going to go after those things. They're going to want more of it. They're going to want more love. They're going to be more height, more money. It's going to be easy on this list. But what you haven't compromised is, what about a guy that'll go to work for you, day in and day out, put a roof over your head, put meals in front of you. You make it paycheck to paycheck, but he always goes on vacations with you. He always comes home to you, and he never cheats on you. Was that worth it? More than he's making 100 grand a year and he's 6 foot? Those things might have some sort of value for you, but that isn't the characteristics that you want for you. And that's when you get the big aha moment. You're just like, oh shit, dude, I've been after fictitious things. I've been after aesthetics. I've been after the look and not the matter of it. So it's just like, sure, you could get a cheap Chinese good. Hey, it's the look. But what if it doesn't work? What if it breaks? You're like, this was just cheap Chinese fucking goods. You want to buy what you see in the window, and you want to hope that what you see in the window is has the same value as the price tag you try to buy it. And that's what we're doing. We have things that come past us, especially in the mall and in life. We're like, oh, has value for me, but maybe that's what it is, right? The values that you have will determine the outcome that you get. And you're sitting there going like, well, if I stick to my principles, and they're never going to be convenient, then it's going to get challenged. You're going to have challenges with people because they're not fitting in a box. It's not something that you can swipe left and choose from. They're not. It's not like you're ordering a human being from Amazon. These people have past traumas, issues. They need to cancel their subscription. You're going to have to ask yourself, what are you going to do with it? Because you have a past, you have trauma, you have issues. How are you two going to handle that? How are you going to handle each other's well-being? How are you going to make sure that each person is supported and loved fully? And that's the crutch of it. Most people, they never understand what they're looking for because they're too busy describing what they're not looking for. They're making a list of no-nos instead of yes. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the yeses. I'm looking for as many yeses, and so are other girls. How many boxes are getting ticked, and how many red flags are getting missed? And then you're trying to do all these things instead of, is this the type of individual that's on my list? Is this the type of person that belongs in my club? And there might be multiple people on your VIP list, but then you have your love list to cut that one down. Sure, you invited them into the club, but who's making it to the VIP room? So maybe they made it past the VIP line, but who's making it to the bottles? You know what I'm saying? The VIP room, and that's you allowing them in. That's you being your own security guard, your own bodyguard, your own what do they call those, bouncers, to say this one stays and this one goes, and that's what a bouncer does. It's your club, it's your life. You got to make sure that you're living that shit. You got to make sure that those things are happening for you instead of against you. And that's the life that we live. So as I live and breathe and I make shit happen, I go into my life and into my world, and I say, hey, I want it to be like this. When I had my ultimate dream list and my goal list, I was like, what can I accomplish? Now I'm like, what does my time look like? What does my life look like? What would my ultimate life look like? And I look like this, if I get to play frisbee every day, if I get to be in beautiful weather, have the sunshine on my skin, have beautiful women, uh, have great food, uh, uh, have opportunities in business, I'm in it. That's the thing. Is like I'm choosing these things for the win. I'm choosing my field to play on. You do it on NBA jams or NFL. You build an expansion team. You build the stadium. You pick the players. You do a draft. Everything works that way, like literally business, sports, and other things. But then when we go to our love life, we seem to be amidst by this, and it's just because we didn't do our homework. Simple put, if you had done your homework, you wouldn't be confused. You wouldn't be sitting in class going like, "What's the next chapter they're talking about?" You already did your preface. You already did the research. You already read the context. You already read the cliff notes, and you did your homework. You're ready for the meeting. You have the dossier in front of you, and that way everybody's on the same information versus the people that were lost in the sauce. I heard this from Amazon, from your boy Jeff Bezos, that he would that when they're at the meeting, they give out the paperwork, the memo, and everyone sits there and for the first half hour reading that stuff. They go over it and they go, all of them are getting the information at the same time. They're all getting 30 minutes to digest it. So that way, the person that was running late, the person who didn't do their homework last night, everybody's on the same page. They actually take the time out of the meeting and said, let's start the meeting. You were supposed to already read it. Instead, they all sit there and read it at the same time, digest it, and then go over it so that way everybody can know what the fuck is going on. That's what you want to do. You want to be able to digest the information with the person in real time, instead of trying to read a bunch of memes or mm, I got I gotta stop smoking these cigarettes. The tobacco's killing me. But yeah, you got to be able to get in the game and be aware of what's going on in the meeting, and be like wherewithal and be like, okay, this is why I'm here. I'm here to have this homework done. I'm here to understand this person, and I'm trying to figure out if they make the information is correct. And that's what you do. You check your list. You make sure that the people that are supposed to be there are there, and you check it twice. Make sure who's naughty or nice, and then you can grow from there. If you always constantly are bouncing around and you have it just in your head and you go, what are your goals in life? If they're not written down, it still becomes a fictitious thing. It's something like in the cloud, it's just like, oh, it's stored up there. And you could store it with the gods and the deities. People have been doing it for years, and just go, oh, I'm going to write a little poem and put it in a wall, or I'm going to sacrifice a couple cows, or I'm going to pray to the fertility goddess. All these things are on the board for people trying to get what they want out of life. But simple put, having a list and just saying, okay, these are my things. These are things I'm willing to compromise about. These are things am I uncompromising about, and then I can balance it out. It doesn't just random motherfucker coming up to the club and go, yo, I'm on the list. Check it, man. Who put you on the list? Yo, Jay-Z told me I'll be on the list, man. You don't want to be out there. You want to know that you belong in that club because you chose to go to that club, and everybody that's in that club is choosing you. It's a beautiful feeling getting chosen. It's a beautiful feeling being contacted and being in love. I appreciate her so much, and I'm in love so much, and it's one of the most healthy relationships I've had in a long time. That was on my list. That was on my list, man. That it had to be healthy and function with me instead of against me. And a lot of people are just looking for the aesthetics and what they're wearing, and how much they're making, instead of how they make them feel, or how they communicate with them, or how they handle them when they're not in a good mood. These are things that they become less esoteric and more realistic, and you go more concrete and go, okay, yeah, I ain't trying to get name calling. I ain't trying to get abused. I need somebody that's gentle with me. I need somebody that's understanding with me. I need somebody that can communicate with me. Yes, communication. How important is that around the nation? So those are the things that we mostly miss. We go after things like they have to meet these minimum requirements. What are your maximum requirements, bro? What are the things that you really want out of this life? And to put that down on a list. Be strong enough and focused enough to say, these are the things that I want out of this life. While I exist, while I'm breathing on this planet, I want this to come from it, and that's what I do. I do, and that's why I have it. Because I made these lists, I made these goals. My goal list, my relationship list, my love list, and my life list. Like, what do I want out of my life, bro? And most people don't have a life list, so they're lifeless, and they're not living their full life. And I always say, live life full, because it's such a full life to live. You're making decisions all the time, how much you want to live it, and what you want from it. You might not even notice it because you're not sitting there and concentrating on it. So your homework is to learn you. Your homework is to put some goals inside of you and say, okay, I don't just wake up. What am I doing tomorrow? And because I have a list, I can accomplish it. And that's what I want people to do. I want them to be able to tackle it every time that they go after it and never miss it, because they now are doing the work. They're doing their due diligence. They're doing their homework. They got their list, and they're checking it twice, making sure who's naughty or nice. And those are the people that belong to you. Those are the things that will seek you out, because now you've defined it, you've refined it, you've taken it down from the cloud and made it into an actual product. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to love actually, and have someone that actually loves us, and in the way that we described, and in the and all everything that's on the list, and not that's on a checkbox, and things that we don't want. We want to manifest the things that we do want, and see these people rise to that occasion, be on the list, make it into your club, make it into your a VIP section, get a VIP bottle, let's get the VIP booth, make out in the booth, and hopefully make love after. That's your morning marijuana motivation. If you got anything out of this, you know what it is. Like, share, subscribe, but most importantly, comment below. Have you written out your love list? What are you seeking? And that way it can seek you. And this is the most important thing to do. It's just to learn you, to your own self be true, and you're not going to be true to yourself till you write it down and understand you. That's your morning motivation. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Peace, love, ciao.